You do this business because it kind of goes into a progression here where you start hitting some failure. Failure always leads into some procrastination, right? Because no one likes being told no. No one likes that, right? No one likes kind of failing in their business, which leads into drifting. And when you talk about drifting, a lot of people use the last 3 years where they really drifted. Because it's one that permits themselves to be influenced and controlled by circumstances outside of their own mind. And this is why watching the news and things like that is so dangerous, right? Because how many people were controlled by circumstances outside of what they rationally knew, right? Like, you saw people lose their minds over the last 3 years. Stuff that they rationally knew truth from falsehoods, but they let it be controlled. And they went along with stuff they knew and maybe didn't agree with, they maybe even knew that wasn't even factual. But it was like, yeah, I got to go along. They got control. So we're going to talk about getting definite in our purpose today, but as you end up drifting away from your self-determination. We lose our sight of the purpose of our plans, our goals. You know, we've had, I don't even know how many people quit our business over the last 14 years. And when they call, sometimes it's funny. They call and say, "I'm sorry, Jason. I'm quitting. This thing's just not for me." And I always stop them and I say, "Listen, don't apologize to me. I need you to go in the bathroom. I need you to look in the mirror and look right in your own eyes, because that's who you're quitting on. Then I want you to go to your kids. I want you to look at them. You tell them why you're quitting, and your spouse." Because that's who you're quitting on, right? And you're quitting on your goals, your dreams, your vision for the future, and that this business can be limitless if you allow it to be. Because no one's ever going to tell you how many calls you can make, how much money you can make, how many products you can sell, how big a team you can have, right? Where else do we have that? If you have a job, you're limited. You have a boss telling you when to be where, and they tell you how much money you're going to make. That's limiting, but it's so secure, right? So safe. So we're going to kind of get in to a definite purpose statement, and we're going to create it. Now, that's where that little insert that you had, we had some technical difficulties with the books, but so if you got the insert, we're going to be using that in a minute. When we talk about a definite purpose statement, I'm going to give you an example of mine in a minute. I'm going to have a friend of mine come up and share hers as well. But it's something where you're being very intentional on what you want the next phase of your life to look like. Now, for myself, I adjust mine about every 6 months to go along with the success trips. As every time they announce a trip, I want that to be a part of it. I want that to get into how many teams we intend to have qualify and stuff like that. So it needs to be very intentional and specific. I love using I am statements. Throughout the Bible, it's powerful, and I think it's very powerful. So, again, I'm going to kind of give you an example, and mine is sometimes a little bit longer than some. Some people's I know that are super short. Some are very, very long and detailed. The key to it is you want to commit it to memory, and when you say it, you want to have emotion behind it. You never want to have a point where you're just, have you ever just said something to say it? No feeling behind it, right? With nothing. It's almost like driving home from that mindless job, and you don't even remember how you drove home because you're just on autopilot, right? I want to be intentional. Now, I can tell you with my definite purpose statement over the year, I've went through that. I've had that. So, it is June 30th, 2024, and I, Jason Hare, so happy and grateful that I'm making X amount of money a month in my globally expanding new skin business as a team lead. I am a loving, patient, punctual, Christ-centered, purpose-driven self-starter in my globally expanding new skin enterprise business. I recognize, my brain just went blank. The law of attraction is raging throughout my life. I operate my life into win-win. I know to think is to create, so I'm creating wealth and abundance in my life. As I help others achieve their goals and dreams, all of mine are being accomplished. So as a result of this genuine effort, I am now experiencing time, financial, health, and personal flexibility. You have to watch the F words around here, right? So, my body works efficiently. No fat or excess weight attached to my body because divine health and healing runs through me. I'm experiencing dynamic global growth in my new skin business every day. I am a loving husband to my wife and father and mentor to my sons, teaching and training them how to create wealth in any market, being truly dependent on no one but their creator. I recognize my lineage. I am a king in creation of God. I love him first, I love myself, and I love serving others. We are chief ambassadors with Nurse and Children. We have 10 ambassadors on our team, and we have 40 teams qualified to go with us on an all-expense-paid trip to Whistler, Canada this fall. So I love this business. I get to help people hope and dream again. Not to experience life for a penny, but to go out to life and truly live, helping them to overcome their fears and achieve the dreams they don't think are possible. Every day, I am finding strong, abundant, responsible, self-starting, team elite leaders that are looking to join my global new skin business with their massive social media followings, generating well over 600,000 in new volume by the end of this quarter. Thank you, God, for it is done. So, again, it varies a little bit, but we have to. So I'm going to have one of our team members come up because she was one of the only ones that spoke up in the chat. So when you speak up in a chat, you might be called on stage. I want to introduce Jessica Hatfield. That's going to share her definite purpose statement for us.
It is January 1st, 2025, and I am overly joyed with the income that I am earning in my global new skin business. I effectively complete my daily habits that ensure my success. I am blessed to be able to serve others and myself with this business. I am a blue diamond. In my genuine effort, I am now able to abundantly bless my church and others and show my kids that with God, everything is possible.
So we're going to get into this a little bit. And again, we're going to have some fun. So we're going to start with that first step. So this is where we're going to start putting a pen to paper and crafting it. And you need to take time after the event to where you can really get specific in it and really think about, okay, it is the end of this 6-month cycle. It's June 30th, 2024, right? So think about something that's personally, like you personally really want. We've heard that, like something that really gets you out of bed. Like it's a burning desire in your heart. So something you personally want, that desire for this goal must be so intense that the very idea of achieving it is that definite purpose. It excites you, it makes you happy, it gets you out of bed, it makes you make phone calls, right? All that stuff. So let's start talking about, okay, what are we celebrating? We just left live convention, and you just got recognized as one. What does your business really look like? We'll take a couple minutes to start this first step to creating your statement. A title, total organizational volume, an income that you intend to create.
No sé, decretos, yo tengo miedo que te dan un celular. Siete y media. Sí, gala que hacen aquí, que vienen por ahí, por acá, por eso, pero no sé si van a cobrar eso. Sí, es lo que tengo que preguntar. Creo que son 45 dólares, o 35, probablemente. 35 días.
Now on that second step,
Vamos a hacer la casa.
we're going to be talking about the person that you desire to be. So what traits do you want to be operating in on a daily basis? You know, for me, punctuality, be Christ-centered, purposeful, right? These are things. Now, some of you guys may want to be strong, fierce, right? Confident. A lot of times it's kind of opposite how you view yourself is what that would is. So when you're operating your business, what do you want to bring out? What's that person? So I am what? we'll spend a few minutes on here, really thinking about the person that you want to be and operating in on a daily basis to attract that team. We all heard that you have to become the person, right, that money's attracted to. Become the person that you want to attract. And I saw Weinecker feverishly writing over there. I know he wants to be fun. He wants to be outgoing. You know, he wants to be in shape, working out online all the time. I saw it. That's all he was writing down. Now, as a result of this, so as a result of what you've started writing, what of the genuine effort? Again, this isn't half-hearted. I said, well, this is what I'm kind of hoping for. Okay, as a genuine effort, as a result of this genuine effort, I am now experiencing what? And this is where you really want to feel like, what are you truly experiencing and feeling because of this person that you became, this goal that you hit, these achievements that you've accomplished. And some of these can be really fun because, again, at the end of, in this summer, in July, right after this statement's done, we're going to have a big, huge 40th anniversary convention. One of my visions one time, I wrote my definite purpose statement, it was at a global event. I was going to walk the stage as a blue diamond. And that was 2018, the last big event they did like that, and I walked across the stage because I could see it. I could feel it. It was something that I felt that emotion before that ever happened. So that's what we're going to spend the next couple of minutes really fine-tuning. What are you really experiencing through this person that you became as you achieved the goals that you intended to? And then we've put a page in here so you can start summing this all together. So use those previous 3 pages as you're fine-tuning it so that you can put it all together, piece this whole puzzle together, and then start reciting it from memory. Ultimately, if you've ever read the book Think and Grow Rich, it talks about saying this twice a day at the beginning of the day and as you end the day with emotion. There's a lot of times I'm in my truck, driving down the road, thinking about my goals, will say my statement, things like that. So we want you to get this all together and then sign it. Make a commitment to yourself that on this date or the date that you finish this out, that you can, that you'll have just that next 6 months purposely driven out, intended. Doing this business with intention is completely different. Now, I can tell you after 14 years, there have been many times where I've found myself drifting through this business, and it's painful because you get complacent, you get very comfortable, you stop being intentional in it, you're going through the motions. Yeah, you're working the business, but you're never seeing the results that you're intended to see. You're just doing the business. There's a lot of people in here who understand what it is to just grind through the business, mindlessly grinding through the business without getting the results that you're intending to get. And it's just because there's no true feeling or intention behind it. So what you really want to get down to is, what is that feeling? The true feeling that I will express as I repeat this daily. Sometimes even when I'm in my truck, my mind trips up like it did on stage tonight, because there are things that I say that it triggers a feeling that it almost stops me. So that's what you want to get down to, is really understanding that and getting deep, deep, deep into what is that feeling that you're expressing. Again, don't just say this to say it. It's a powerful thing where you can really roadmap out the next year of your life, the next 6 months of your life, and really get deep with what you're doing. So this is hyper important, and as we go through the rest of the weekend, you're going to hear from some amazing people tomorrow. Charlie Patterson with Nick Weineker, Casey Council is going to be bringing some of this together to really continue to go down to what are the highest values and why do we operate the way we do, which is going to help you fine-tune this definite purpose statement so that, again, you can be operating in a very intentional mindset every day. When you pick up the phone, are you honestly, when you send out messages or you pick up the phone, do you do it with the intention that someone's going to sign up and or buy a product? Or are you doing it to check a box? Because it's easy to open up that journal and say, well, check that box. Send out a couple requests, done. There's no intention behind it. And it's a truly different experience doing the business, operating out of true intention versus operating to check a box, to mindlessly do it, right? Because you can create the life of your dreams. There are many people out here that's done it, and that's different for everybody. So thank you for your time tonight, guys. You have a great night. We'll see you next time.